Pharaoh called upon his overseers. And then Pharaoh called his drivers. And then Pharaoh said, put heavier burdens still on the back of the Hebrew children. Oh, and they cried out. Oh, and they said, Moses, you've been to Pharaoh. Now look what old Pharaoh has done to us now. Oh, but then God said, Moses, never mind that. You go again. You go again this time, you and your brother Aaron. And you said once more to old Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go. And then Moses and Aaron with their rod in hand working many signs and wonders. But old Pharaoh called upon his magic men, and they worked wonders too. And old Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he will not, no, he will not let God's people go. But then God rained down plagues on Egypt. Oh, he rained down plagues of frogs, he rained down plagues of blood, boils, and darkness, and many plagues besides. And each time God rained down plagues on Egypt, old Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he will not, no, he will not let God's people go. But Moses was troubled in mind. But then God said to Moses, he said, Moses, oh, the Lord God of Israel will not be mocked. Till one more witness of my power, I will give the hard-hearted Pharaoh. You see, this very night about midnight, I will pass over Egypt's land. And in my righteous wrath, I will pass over. Oh, and in my righteous wrath, I will pass over and smite the firstborn dead. And in that night, God passed over. And the cry went about of Egypt. And old Pharaoh rose in the middle of the night, and he sent forth in a hurry for Moses. And he said, Moses, you get from among my people, you and the Hebrew children. You gotta take your goods, and you take your flock, and you get away from the land of Egypt. Oh, and then Moses led them on out with their goods and with their flock. And then God went on before them, a guiding pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. And then they turned it on to the wilderness until they came upon to the Red Sea. And in the morning, woo, in the morning, oh, in the morning, oh, they missed the Hebrew children. Oh, in the morning they missed the Hebrew children. 400 years. 400 years they held them down in Egypt's land, held them under the driver's lashes, working without money and without price. And it might have been old Pharaoh's wife who said, Pharaoh! She said, Pharaoh! You have let all the Hebrew children go. Now who is going to serve us now, Pharaoh? And then Pharaoh called upon his generals. And the generals called the captains. And the captains called the soldiers. And they hitched up the chariots. 600 chosen chariots of war. And 2,400 horses. And all the chariots were filled with men with swords and shields and shining spears and battle bows and arrows. And then they pursued the Hebrew children onto the Red Sea. Now the children of Israel, looking back, all the children of Israel, looking back. Oh, they were looking back and they saw Pharaoh in their arms. I said they saw Pharaoh in their arms. Oh, and the rumble of the chariots was like a thunder. I said the whirring of the wheels was like it was rough. Oh, and the horses made a cloud in the sky that darkened the day. And the glittering of the spears was like lightning in the nighttime. I said the children of Israel lost hope. I said the children of Israel lost faith. I said the deep Red Sea in front of them and Pharaoh's host behind them. I said the deep Red Sea in front of them and Pharaoh's host behind them. Oh, when they mumbled and grumbled to themselves. Oh, they mumbled and they grumbled. They mumbled and grumbled to themselves. What ain't no graves in Egypt? What ain't no graves in Egypt? And then they wear the lie to Moses. And they said, Moses, slavery in Egypt was better than to come here, to die here in the wilderness. And then Moses said, stand still, and see the Lord shall for the Lord God will not forsake his people. I say God will break the horses. I say God will break the chariots. I say God will break old Egypt's swords and swords and shining spears and battle bows and arrows. And all he'll make old house Pharaoh know who is the Lord God. The Lord God of Israel. Oh, I want to take my time. Take your time. But Moses, I'm not done yet. I'll be gone in a minute. And Moses, oh, he's going to make old now Pharaoh know who is the Lord God of Israel. But Moses with his rod in hand, oh, he stood above the Red Sea. And with the blast of God's nostrils, oh, he blew the waves apart. Oh, and then they rolled back and stood up on high. And he made a path to drive the land of the sand of the desert. And Moses and the Hebrew children crossed on over to the other side. But you know, old Pharaoh. Oh, Pharaoh's an opportunist. I said Pharaoh is an opportunist. Oh, when he sees opportunity, he gets right on it. It ain't nothing. Then Pharaoh saw him cross the dry. He dashed on in behind him. But God said, hold up. God said, hold up, Pharaoh. Hold up. Just like your wife told you. Pharaoh. Hold up. He said, hold up. And just as Pharaoh got halfway across, he unlatched the waters, and the waves rushed back together. And Pharaoh and his hosts were drowning. I say Pharaoh and his people all got lost. And then Moses sang, and Miriam danced. I said Moses sang, and Miriam danced. Oh, and then all the people shouted for joy. And then God led him on out to the promised land. I say, listen, 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 listen. To all the sons of Pharaoh, who do you think can hold God's people when the Lord God himself said,